GrandMaster Alireza Firoutza, playing as white, versus GrandMaster Anish Giri, plating as black. Sinquefield Cup 2024, Round 5. Firouzja defeated Giri in Round 5 and could have done it even quicker. In what started as a Giuoco Pianissimo, white got a knight to f5, usually an achievement already. In this case, it could have hit black's kingside with devastating effect. The game went on and Firouzja had trouble finding a good plan while Giri remained solid. After a repetition of moves, Firouzja then missed in black move 31, queen f5, after which he couldn't repeat a third time and therefore was forced to try in his move 31 b4, which worked out pretty well. He got a better ending, which was suddenly winning after a big mistake by Giri on move 42. Italian opening. Defense of the two knights. By transposition, we have the Giuoco Pianissimo variation. To prevent a sudden b4 from white. Avoiding the jump of black's knight to g4. It seems that almost all the initial paths of the Italian opening have already been more or less studied. All of this is theoretical, but now the game takes on a unique character. With his last move black prepared b7 b5. A new move. Here the normal thing is to play d4, followed by b5. Giri opens the B file for his queen. Firouzja's choice leads to a slower game. The computer believes in equality, as always, but in practice, the position is not easy to play and white retains chances to fight for the initiative. A problem for black is that there's no clear plan, since d6 d5 usually loses a pawn. Meanwhile, white can move the knight to g3 and perhaps also think about knight h4 and knight f5. This is an important concept in modern chess, especially when choosing opening lines, knowing how to identify, in case of equal positions, who has the easier game. A natural move, removing the bishop before white, plays d3 d4. Gaining space on the queenside. Here, knight h4 is less accurate, as this allows black to advance in the center with d5. The queen is activated, but it's worth noting that it's far from the kingside, the side of the board where white will start to stack his pieces. With an eye on the typical sacrifice on h6. The knight goes to f5, creating more attacking ideas. A useful retreat to secure the h6 pawn. It's a mistake. This move cuts off the queen's communication with the king side, which can lead to disaster. Here, bishop take f5 is the best practical choice, immediately removing one of the dangerous knights. It's an inaccuracy. This leads to a nice advantage, but there was a killer blow available. Here knight take g7, brilliant move. This fantastic knight's sacrifice decides the game in Kasparovian style. If rook take e5, black will also suffer greatly here, as the potential advance of the white pawns on the king side, combined with the out-offlay bishop on b6, guarantee a clear advantage with c4. Great move. Fixing the pawn structure before black can play. c5, c4. Touching the pawn e4. Great move. The advantage in the pawn structure is practically decisive. At some point, white can create a passed pawn on the queen side, and black's position will be close to collapse. There are good alternatives to this move. Here g3, improving the position on the king side with king g2, a plan we will see later in the game. Here rook d1 is a deep computer move, but the idea is strange and difficult for humans. In any case, there's no need to search for such a complicated win, although it's worth pointing it out. Naturally, Firouzja is not interested in repeating moves. Good move. Great move. The only way to keep an advantage. The pawn will now distract the black pieces while white attacks the various weaknesses in the pawn structure. If knight take e4, black loses after queen b1, followed by a decisive discovered attack. A good technical move, improving the position of the kingside. Supporting the advance of the pawn, there's an even stronger idea. If bishop takes c5, allows queen d3, and after queen take d3, rook take d3, black have chances of saving the game. Queen d3 is no good now. Great move. A big mistake, and now black has a chance to escape. It's a mistake. Here rook take a 3 is best, with enough counterplay. Now it's over. If rook take a 3, black loses material after rook a 7. Great move. A pretty final detail. If king take f7, would follow knight take e5 check. Great move. Again, the same trick, but now is forced. Capture the rook. With 3 extra pawns, the endgame is completely winning. Great move. An elegant finish. The knight cannot cope with 3 passed pawns. Anish Giri resigned the game. Great victory to Alireza Firoutza. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe.